games probably. Yeah, there's always a new Marvel game. Yeah. You guys remember, I mean, just some of them that are still around would be Puzzle Quest. I've covered that game. Concerts of Champions, I covered that game. Future Fight, covered that game. There was a game where it was like Clash Royale, lots long gone. There was like a League of Legends style, that's long gone. Future Revolution's long gone. Snap is still around. There's been so many Marvel games. It's just like I feel like Marvel just wants one that's successful that sticks around. They're willing to talk to anybody that has a good plan to build a good game. They're going to keep doing that forever too. New Marvel game be like Genshin Impact. I'm down, man. I'm totally down. I'd love to play a Marvel Genshin Impact type game. Holy shit, that sounds amazing. This is not about Scopely. I don't even think Scopely's building it. Woohoo! How's it going, Boss Toby? Welcome in. Yeah, welcome in. We're doing some Raid Shadow Legends. If you're coming in on Boss Toby, thanks for all the entertainment and controversy in the RSL community. If you're coming in from YouTube, I'm just letting you know, we've been talking about Marvel Strike Force all morning. So there's going to be some crosstalk, if you will. I don't know what word to use about Marvel Strike Force. Not going away. How's it going, Globe Gaming? Welcome in. Yeah, I got Carnage in my account. I got a couple characters in my account that I haven't been able to use. So I need to get in. Well, and I also I got a 6 red Marius now. I need to figure out how to wreck speed run like everything. No, you're fine. No, but I was in the middle of Marvel. You didn't start a fire. We've been talking about this for 2 weeks now. Yeah, this has been... Yeah, how's it going, Ceci? Yeah. No, you're fine. It's of the few things that matter. We lose this one. Yeah, I feel like in all fairness, I've kind of taken the similar opinion that Ceci is. There's always people saying the game is dying. This is the first time we went, oh shit, maybe this is not good. I'm just saying. It's the first time I went, boy, this really is not good. I mean, I'm always going to make videos about controversies and things that are interesting to the community. Anything that's interesting to the community, I'm going to talk about. It'd be weird otherwise. Oh, we got wrecked. I don't know if we can survive this. I mean, Predator's good, but I don't think he's this good. Oh, get wrecked. Yeah, that's the one thing I'll say about all mobile games in general. No, wait, let's back up. Live service games. Live service games, which is games that are not like the game is published, it has a beginning and end. Live service games are games that are updated and continually change, new stuff comes out. So Marvel Strike Force is a live service game, Galaxy of Heroes is a live service game, Raid Shadow Legends is a live service game. Warcraft, World of Warcraft, that's a live service game, right? Candy Crush has updates. Clash of Clans has updates. Live service game, right? I don't think we know how long they last. And when a game is successful and builds up a player base, the game lasts so much longer than I would have ever expected. Galaxy of Heroes is 10 years. Contest of Champions is probably going on 11 years. Marvel Strike Force is going on 8 into 9 years, right? Raid Shadow Legends, 7 years, right? These games, how long has Candy Crush been around? How long is World of Warcraft? People are still playing World of Warcraft. Maybe it's not as popular as it once was, but it's not going anywhere. I don't think we have a actual known timetable to how long these games are going to last or not last. We just don't know. Much longer than I ever would have thought. Oh, yeah. Yeah, breaking in and getting started is another story. Yeah, what I'm saying is that actually it's a monstrous obstacle to break in. I think Watchers of Realms broke in and did a good job with that. I suspect that even Void Hunters will. But like King Arthur wasn't it, and that was a big budget, game by a big developer. King Arthur didn't stick around. What was that other Marvel game that was? I made it like a year, and it looked okay. They just couldn't keep up with it. What was that one? A lot of you guys played it. I played it too. Boylon played it quite a bit also. It's just really hard to break in. Future Revolution, yeah, but no, but it was more recently, like a year ago, 18 months ago. Oh, the Lord of the Rings one, yeah, I know that it was awful. Mystic Mayhem, Marvel Mystic Mayhem, yeah. What I'm saying is that if a game is established, it's like they're not going anywhere. But if a game is new, it's really hard to get to a place where they could stick around, like under these longer term periods. I mean, sometimes they make it a year, or whatever. I mean, it's just hard to know. What am I doing? I'm doing something. All right, I've never really used Carnage. I unlocked him. I feel like I'm kind of behind on my account a little bit. Like I haven't really like well, I was on vacation. Let's just say it was that. I haven't really been able to tweak some of these new characters. And Kat was saying the same thing to me the other day. She's like, man, I just unlocked Marichka, and I just don't have time to like get her up and running and make it work. All right, I'm using this team here. Allure, A-Check, Carnage. Is Allure upgraded? Let's do this first. 6-star ascended only. God, I don't want to use Prince Kymar. The character kind of annoys me. I don't know why I have such an issue with Prince Kymar. Everybody uses him. All right. Is Prince Kymar just a character that you have to book? I mean, is he even playable without books? Yeah, we're in the same place, babe, right? Just like so much. I haven't even got to Carnage or that. All right, I'm in a minimum 300 resistance. Hmm. Well, games generally don't shut down overnight. It's usually pretty predictable, I think. Maybe that's the exception. Well, do you have the tokens? Is the new Fusion Champ a go hard for or pass? If you have the tokens, you got to do it. Get your newt. It's a newt. I have 3 tokens. I'm getting newt. If you have 3 tokens, you better be getting. There's a handful of champions that one should consider. Newt, Fabian. If you have Wixwell, then you probably want Titus. If you have Titus, you probably want Wixwell. Oh, well, get the 3rd token then. I don't know, man. The new system is like set up in a way where you do every fusion, unfortunately. Oh, the new login champion. Yeah, the new login champion's average. I mean, the new login champion basically has heal block. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do here. Should I do savage or lethal sets? Let's see what I got. Let's try lethal. Let's try. I never use savage. Let's just try to get a savage in here. Managed to 1-key Ultra Nightmare today with a few tunes, regears, and tweaks some masteries. That's a big deal, by the way. Went from 58 million to over 80 million. Happy as Larry today. Razzie, congratulations. Being able to 1-key Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss is a huge amount of time saved on a daily basis. Even if you don't hit the 70 million threshold every key, you're still saving time. You're not having to play that match. And it's going to be one of the more significant, efficient amounts of resources that you're going to get in your account. You're going to get Lego books. It's just a big deal. It's like probably one of the bigger milestones in the game, in the early game for sure. Early game, big milestones would be like getting into gold 5 in arena, arbiter, 1-keying Ultra Nightmare, working towards getting Lydia. Those are that's probably, and then, those are kind of, oof. Okay, let's change the configuration a little bit. Let's do this. Sets, let's change this to lethal. Let's see how that goes. Books were probably worth more than shards, sure. Yeah, I agree with that. It's just a big deal to 1-key Ultra Nightmare. Boy, this is not going quickly. Oh, congratulations, man. I see your screenshot. I'm going to put it on the screen. Congratulations. Congratulations on your 80 million. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's just really a big deal. Oh, well, yeah, I see what you did there. Oh, yeah. Yep. Good old Richter Drath. I don't know if that's going to be fast enough. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I could... Yeah, I wonder if I can make this pop. Yeah, I think I can. Oh, look at that. We got some deep pinpoint actually doing something. All right, Bonfine, bring that up later. I do want to know that. Yeah, I got Arbiter now. She's built, also managed a full clear on Chimera normal hard. Yeah, over 200 million. I'll get a weekly chest. Yeah, halfway through Grim Forest, hard as well. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, you just got to push forward on all those things. All right, let's see which pieces of these gear are worth upgrading. Legendary, godlike, godlike. Oh, okay, we're going to put gear into there. Okay. Got to rework that. We need crit rate or crit damage. Yeah, buddy. Holy moly. Yes, yes, yes. That's a good piece of gear. Holy moly. No speed, but we'll do. I did Sunlock. That's fantastic. All right, so this could we can get crit damage here. Wait a minute. Is there is a upgrade event running right now, huh? I wasn't planning on doing this, but if it is running simultaneously, I wasn't planning on that, but I'll take it. All right. I'm not working on that event, but if I could double dip on upgrading some characters while that's running, why not, right? Oh, okay, that went godlike. Cool. All right, so this is legendary. Let's just do it this way. Okay, let's see what we get. Let's see. Accuracy would be tight right here, or resistance maybe. Accuracy, perfect. Yep, that's a godlike. All right, so this is kind of a garbage piece of gear. I mean, it's mercurial, so what can I do? Or merciless. That's kind of weird. Oh, it's more extreme in this game than it is in Galaxy of Heroes, frankly. It just is. It's the gearing in it's more important in this game than Galaxy of Heroes. It just is. Hmm. All right, let's just do this. Hmm. I see a rework though. You could re-roll the base stats before upgrading. Yeah. I'm not reworking gear today. I rework absolute garbage gear before selling it, if that makes any sense. And so if it didn't already get sold, that means it met some sort of a threshold. All right. Lamassu. Yeah, so I'm not reworking. What's up, Sheriff Lobo? How's it going? It's pretty time consuming, I'm not gonna lie. I could see a lot of people not wanting to. It's an overwhelming task. It really is. There's just a lot to the game. Mm. I mean, it's just it's it's not a joke. I don't get too involved with Rage the other day trying to do something, spending multiple games, like loads of content, but I feel overwhelming. I didn't give enough time. I feel it. There is okay for, but I will say that there are many different ways of playing Raid. Um, the compulsion to play is really self-created. Like for example, Cat has a much more balanced approach to Raid. Why would I want to do this? And so, like, I look at the way that Cat plays the game differently than me, and I think that's pretty cool that she can play the game in a way that where she has a blast, right? She enjoys playing the game. And when she doesn't want to play, she does it. You know what I mean? It's just like, meh. All right, we got to get back out of this because I did it wrong. Okay. Yeah. It just doesn't. I mean, you have the like even the obligations to your alliance are minimal. There's a couple times a month where you have to kind of help out your alliance, but we're not talking even days, every week or even every day. I mean, one needs to log in like our alliances log in every 3 days. If you don't log in for 3 days, you get kicked. And then there's an event starting tonight, in fact, that happens once a month. And then we have Siege every 2 weeks. Other than that, you really don't have to. You just don't have to. I need to keep her above that speed or around that speed. I'm not going to be super happy if it's... Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not sure why I'm doing this. Thinking about playing everything again, but I'm happy with Raid and my main and my baby account for your length. Keep me entertained. Yeah. Well, I feel like the number of people that play multiple accounts in Raid is pretty high too. Okay. Okay, how's a good one? Yeah, it's just way more casual. It really is. I mean, it's not more casual. The game is way more hardcore, but if you want to play the game casual, it allows you to do that. Like, I feel like if I wanted to play the game hardcore for a week and then, or hardcore always, because I enjoy it, right? But, you know, let's say I've got a funeral or some shit, you know, and I got to leave. And I got to go out of town for, I don't feel like I'm punished for that. Like if I can't play the game for a week, I just don't think it would matter. Like I could pick it back up when I want to. Unless you're in the middle of a fusion or something like that, but yeah, you could just like and I think if you were the loop to me is a little different than I thought too. There's like a persistent like the fusion events which are kind of like dark dimensions, a little different, of course. But like they're like miniature dark dimensions for a legendary character, right? And so like if you want to do the fusions, there's some you gotta do it, right? And nobody's account is the same. And so the way that I play the game, the way you play the game is very different. And it's good. Kat's account's entirely different than mine. She does all kinds of different shit and she has different strategies. She plays the game the way that it works for her. I mean, it's just different. And I feel like there's no way of beating the game or getting to the end. It's almost overwhelming that you cannot finish everything. It's designed so you almost can't. Mm. Yeah, if you started a new account, you're gonna get a different experience. Yeah, that's good. Huh. Wonder if I should try doing a 9 piece here. But the game is designed to suck you in and play the game a lot. Like it'll grab you in a way. It's like, okay, I got to work on this. I got to do that. There's always something to do. It is designed to be addictive. All right, I'm gonna leave him alone. Um, The one thing I think is not great is that it's kind of hard to play this game. It's kind of hard to play this game without a PC. It really is just kind of hard. Or at least a tablet. Hmm. You know what? I think I got to go out and redo that. Live refresh because I did that. I don't know what's going on. Why is this being so dumb? Um, I don't know why it's like making my stuff so much slower. I understand there's more damage, but I need the speed. If the character doesn't take a turn, okay. Has his own launcher? Yeah. Okay, live refresh. Okay, let's start up here. This is a good piece of gear. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, this is a good piece of gear. Let's go. 17 mercurial gear? Yeah, that doesn't suck. Oh, missed. All right, well, you're getting that. Mm. Yeah, but like what I'm doing right here is tinkering, right? And people may not like all this tinkering. Very strong. Boo. Come on, not flat. All right, thank you. Holy moly. Scarab King said my tech team is a 4 destroy set. Okay. All right, that's a smart strategy. I don't know if you have to do that though. I feel like at some point you just get characters that can do it without having to go all crazy like that. Let's see, this is very strong. Godlike, average. That's good. All right, let's go. You want this up? Okay, let's do it. Oh my God. How did I get so lucky? All right, we got to do one more character. Character I do not want to do. Oh my god, champion. This guy. I just don't like this guy. I think the reason why I don't like him is I know that I'm going to have to. Probably going to have to. I'm probably going to have to book him, and I just don't want to. Oh, why did I do that? Destroy set. Counts as a shield. It counts as a different kind of shield. I don't know if that helps. There's 3 different types of shields in the game that I know of, maybe more. Why the fuck am I doing that? Some guitar slinger. All right, this is my last one that I got to upgrade before I can go into battle. How many books is this guy? All right, I got to do at least one book. Holy moly. Oh, come on. Finally, holy hell. All right, well, he's booked. All right, I know people use this guy all the time, so I need to stop whining about him being garbage and all that stuff. I know he's a very popular character. I think he's like one of the staples of Raid Shadow Legends. Like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, this guy, I've had this guy for like 8 years, he's my first good blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck this guy. Hmm. Hmm. Hold on. Oh, that's not good. Oh, what's that character's name? Oh, I gotta fix her right now. That's not good.
Oh, sisters and brothers, lift your voices high, for we praise Lady Annabelle, whose beauty warms the coldest night. Before we begin, please open your books to these nuts, verses 6 through 9, as we reflect upon the word.
Okay. I'm gonna lose my mind if I lose this, by the way. I don't really know how to play this guy either. Very strong, godlike. Okay. Very strong, legendary. Okay. I feel bad for my fellow fat guys who are in high 90s with high humidity all this week. Oof. It's not hot here now today, but I'm sure it will be. Oh God. Hmm. Are we ready to actually play this game? Holy moly! Oh my God, this is taking forever, right? I need to farm Phantom Showgrove at the earliest opportunity. All right. All right. All of that regearing just for this, right? Fusions, I like to do it during champion chases. Let's see if I can wreck these guys or not. Cool, that's exactly what I wanted. Oh, shit. Wow. Okay. That is so tricky. Holy moly. I don't know if you saw that. Like one misplay and you lose? Wow. Let's try this. I'll try this. Oh, get fucked. Holy shit. Holy shit. Wow. What the hell is that? Oh my god. Let's try something different then. What's up, Virgo? My god, it's early. Who's ruining my day over here? Holy hell. Holy hell. How do you get through that? Oh my god. He takes one turn and your team gets destroyed. Oh my god. Boy, I got to figure out how to do this without just like auto lose. Holy moly. That maybe? Okay, I think I gotta reset all the cooldowns right here. Yeah, I think I gotta reset everything and go into the match like perfect, or else I'm in trouble, right? But we gotta get through him, or else we're. Oh yeah, I was gonna say we're dead if he takes a turn, because these guys ruin your team in like one hit. Holy moly! All right, I think what I'm gonna do is. Oh my god, they got stone skin. How do I get rid of stone skin? That's how you get rid of stone skin. Okay. Why are you holy shit, why are you frozen? Oh my god. God, this is actually hard. Holy moly. I don't know how to beat this. I really don't. This is actually hard. Holy shit. Oh my god. I think I'm going to need a reviver in here. I don't know how you do this without a reviver. I did get your message. Holy moly. Yeah, well, we'll have to try that again later. Oh my god, right? That is actually just really, I mean, faction wars hard. They are not kidding when they say it's hard. It's actually hard. Hmm. That's great. Hmm. I think I'm going to reset right. Oh, okay. I'm going to reset here pretty soon. Yeah, let's reset everybody. Yeah, like this is actually pretty straightforward like this. All right. Well, that's that, I guess. Oh well, I was really not trying to go that hard. But I did. Oh boy. But I did. Let's go back and do that. They need to do something to make this easier to open these tickets. I don't know. Tickets just take. All right. Okay. Well, bonus stuff, I guess. Um, can do that tomorrow. That's pretty much done. I can do that tomorrow. Hmm. right, something I gotta do. Let's go look at champions, faction, Shadowkin. I'm gonna do this guy's. I gotta do this guy tonight. I can't do him now. All right. Well, I can. I can do this. Oh, I haven't even done his masteries. Wow. Yukaro seems to be more useful, specifically in Fire Knight. Yeah, Fire Knight. Well, Fire Knight hard specifically. All right. That looks good. Masahiro. All right. Alrighty. So yeah, we could do roster reviews. Anybody needs a roster review, we could do that. I'm just kind of wrapping up this. I'm gonna start doing some Marius testing, some speed testing after I finish this guy in the dungeons. Um, I know already that I can, easily do stuff like this, but this is the kind of stuff that I want to perfect. Goodbye. I mean, that's the stuff I want to perfect. I wonder if I can do that in Dragon. No. Marius, about 2 years. Yeah, that's about right. Um, let's see here. Yeah, Marius, 2 years. Yeah. What the hell? Oh, which feral is that? You could do it faster. It requires just being super diligent and hyper focused on doing it. Yeah, I think you can do it under 2 years. I think if you spend money, you can do it under a year. And 2 years is more of a free to play schedule. All right, I'm happy with that. Let's look at Ice Golem. All right. Hmm. she's saying, is that saying Marius plus Godseeker? That can't be right. Is that right? If you want to do a roster review, I have to add you as a friend on Discord. So the way to do that is join the Discord and and then at me, and then we'll take it from there. Oh, I see. Godseeker's not going to work if we have nerds. Hmm. I just hate these. All right. Yeah, we'll do one right now. Perfect timing. I just got tired of doing this. All right, I had to use you as a friend. And the Ravina to find easy teams. I don't do that. I don't do that. But whatever. right, let's put it together. All right, I'm going in. I'm going to be cut pasting a lot of stuff into our chat. Just that's there for me. You can ignore that. G-Man, power level 7 million. Okay. I'm playing the game for a minute. Good. Huh. Why not gold 5? It's a little bit interesting. Well, it just reset today. Let's see where you're at. Okay, I have a suggestion already. Placement matters. No, okay, so why? Okay, so placement matters. And what this means is that when AoE comes in, the damage technically does not resolve simultaneously. It does it in a certain order. Does that make sense? It resolves the damage with Rector, then it resolves the damage with Godseeker, resolves the damage with Geomancer, Magnar, and then Vogo. So that very much matters with Neve. Her passive right here places a block damage buff on all allies for 1 turn at the start of the round. Fine. And each time this champion drops below 50%. So you have your leader here. I understand that. But you want to put her here in the number 2 spot. When the damage comes in, boom. It resolves there in the leader, resolves on her, drops below 50%. Everybody gets the block damage, and that saves the 2 behind her. Does that make sense? You've got her in the last slot when she needs to be up here. She needs to be up there. Make sense? Now, in this configuration, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she needs to be, you want the leader in the leader spot. We're not trying to get into that. And then also right there. All right, so you have a team set up. We'll go back to that. Other thing too is you want a single champion on this team to have intimidating presence. Okay, so we've got a video here. We're gonna make a video. We'll go over it. Okay, so Alice with brimstone. No, 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 no. No, in arena, you want a champion with intimidating presence. So I'm gonna screen grab this. No, you're good. Don't worry about it, buddy. You're good. Two eyes are better than one. You know, you look at it all the time. I look at it. I might find something a little different. Just some small tweaks. The game can be played a lot of different ways, and that's fine. It's actually pretty fast. You can make her faster. You looks like you can make it 3 faster. Oh boy. We got to work on this. 3 faster, and then there's no speed on this, so whatever okay, we'll go into that. Hmm. Okay, this is a problem. This is a big, 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 big problem. Holy moly. Holy moly, dude. Okay. Let's see where you're at on this. Yeah. Oh, that's a problem. I'm sorry, you got a problem. I'm sorry, wrong screen. This is a problem. What are you doing in Chimera? Yeah, that's a problem. What are you doing in Chimera? Are you not playing it? Wait a minute. Where's your alliance? Where's your alliance? No, 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 no. Say positive things. Where's your alliance? You're not going to get anywhere if your alliance doesn't play in this. No, 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 no. It doesn't matter. It's just participation trophy. You just have to play it. And your alliance has to play it also. And you have to double key it. You have to max. Oh, wait, wait. Oh, your alliance is fine. Oh, your alliance is fine. Yeah, you just have to play it. Oh, your alliance is perfect. You have a good alliance, actually. Look at that. They're all keyed out. Okay. Yeah, you just have to play it. Yeah, you're good, man. You're good, good, good. Yeah, you're not an idiot. You're great. You don't have to say anything bad. You're fine. Yeah, you just have to play Chimera. You don't have to play it well. Just run your clan boss team in there. It doesn't matter. But the point is you have to play it because you got to get these Empress drops. You're just run your clan boss team. Yeah, you don't have to think about it that much. Yeah, you don't need what you need to get is you need to get into gold 5. That's what the point of the video is. You got to get into gold 5 and stay there. First things first, gold 5 is the goal. Yeah, and you just have to, I mean, there's a lot of things to do in this game, but that's like the first thing, like one of the more important things to do is just to stay in gold 5. Well, we're going to focus on this. Moving Neve into position 2. Switching your Alice or somebody on your team to intimidating presence because this is going to give you a monstrous speed advantage. And then also using a tool. This is the largest problem on your account is that you're not. These are all 6-star speed boots that are not ascended. That's an extra 12 speed left off the table. And the reason why you're not ascending is because you don't have Empress and you're not doing Sand Devil 25. Is he really good? Another free. Yeah, you need to get Empress to do Sand Devil, but you should have Empress at the 9-month mark which is just a matter of participating in Chimera with your clan boss team. If you're not participating in Chimera, you're not getting the fragments. It's here. You can't. That's great. All right, we'll do it right now. We'll do roster review. All right, we're doing one of my favorite things to do at Raid Shadow Legends. That's a roster review. And this is a fun one because we're going to talk about positioning. One of the things in Raid Shadow Legends is positioning is so important in where and how you place your members into the team. It does matter. Absolutely. We're going to talk about how placement matters. Before we get into that, actually, let's turn this video off. All right, we're going to do one of my favorite things in Raid Shadow Legends. That is a roster review. And this is going to be a fun one right here because we're doing one for D-Man. And we're going to talk about placement. How you place your team actually matters. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Arena Team Comp because that looks like it's going to be the biggest shortfall on this account. Because sometimes in Raid Shadow Legends, it's not about doing everything in every part of the game. Kind of got to start where you need to at the beginning and focus on a single thing at a time because it'll become very overwhelming. Now, if you have not done so already, this is going to be an amazing clan boss team to get your journey started off right. Narma and Pelops is bonkers. And never mind Skeletor, there's a brand new free login champion starting any day that's actually quite a bit better than Skeletor with heal block on the basic. So you could use him inside of Grim Forest in the green potion room and maybe possibly inside of Curse City against Amius. Now, the first thing I looked at in this account is where he is in Arena and Arena Gold 4. Now, at this point in the game with this type of roster of 7 million, should be in Gold 5. Gold 5 is going to be like the staple place to hang out inside of Arena. Once you've got Arbiter, it should be a top tier goal to go and stay in Gold 5. One of the main reasons there is that you're going to be able to get more crafting materials for the Forge. You're going to get the similar amount of Gold 4 and 5 as far as advancing the Hall. But more importantly than that, this 2% bonus, which does matter, is in all game modes. So 22% versus 20% everywhere. HP, attack, defense, every single game mode. So that's typically one of the first things is like, okay, you got to get into Gold 5. That's kind of just a standard thing to do. A couple strategies for that. I think it's super important to always hit the low-hanging fruit when you log in. Hit the teams that are really, really simple. like this. And then the same thing when you log out. I mean, just got to do it. Now, this is where placement matters. And the thing about Raid Shadow Legends is that where you place your characters absolutely matters. And I've got a diagram right here. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it's 1. Let's see if you can see that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what that means when I say where they go, you got the leader, which is going to be Arbiter, right? Then when I push the characters like this, you can see how they load up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, why does it matter? Well, in Raid Shadow Legends, when AoE comes in, let's say you're in Clan Boss and the Demon Lord smashes the whole team. Well, the damage does not come in simultaneously. It resolves in order of placement. When does that matter? Well, it matters on certain characters. So specifically with her, we're going to talk about why it matters with her. This is not optimal. The optimal is going to be like this, and I'll explain why. If we go and look at her kit she's a bonkers busted character, by the way. She's just one of the better characters in the game. She's just absolutely crazy. And there's going to be a lot of different characters that have mechanics like this. But on her passive, it says place block damage, which is busted good, on all allies for 1 turn at the start of the round. You start off the battle with that. But here, more importantly, each time this champion HP drops below 50%. So let's go back and talk about that for a second. So what happens is big boy damage comes in enough to wipe everybody on the team, right? Or to knock everybody down quite a bit. All right, Arbiter dies, Alice dies, Ezio dies, or let's just say it does enough damage to do 75%. Arbiter's now at 25% health. Alice is at 25% health. Ezio's at 25% health. And then she drops to 25% health and then gives the block damage buff to the rest of the team, right? It happens in that order. But if she's here, what happens is different. Arbiter goes to 25% health. She goes to 25% health. The block damage buff pops up. And guess what? Ezio and Alice stay at full health. So the placement matters, absolutely matters. There's another champion in the game where Godseeker right here, when a champion dies, they revive. Well, who do you want to revive? Well, you want your reviver to revive, right? So putting the champions in order that you want to keep them alive when you have a character like Godseeker. Vogoth heals when he gets hit, and it's better for him to heal at the end when everybody's already taken the damage, right? So most of the time, whenever there's a passive that triggers when AoE comes in, considering where the champion is placed is very important. So in general, a character like Vogoth wants to be in position 5. Your healers and revivers, when you're running a character like Donatello or right here, Godseeker, you want your leader to always be your leader. You don't want to consider this placement situation. It's not as important as having the correct leader. Like, this is all cool and everything like that. Well, let's put her in the number 1 spot. Well, no, you really, really want the speed, right? So placing this order right here will actually save. And anytime that you can place her as close to the leadership spot as possible, it's going to do better. Now, in this type of arena team, speed is going to be very important. And there's a very, very important blessing that needs to be considered always, specifically in arena, and that is going to be intimidating presence. And in fact, when selecting your matches, that's going to be one of the more important things to look at is like, do they have a character on the team with intimidating presence? And if they do, how many stars is it at? And quite often that'll be determining whether or not I actually fight that person. Say like right here, this is going to be relatively slow. 28% Armands, and there's no intimidating presence on the team right here. We got Sun Wukong at 28% arena speed, no intimidating presence. That's going to be slow. Right here, we've got Arbiter, at 30%, but no intimidating presence. Okay, right here, this is going to be the scariest one. We've got Arbiter with a 3 red intimidating presence. Now, the intimidating presence can be on any member on the team. And so what I'm going to suggest is to consider putting intimidating presence on Alice. Now, let's talk about what that is and why it's so important. And I think in general, you want to have one member on your team with intimidating presence because it does not stack. So we're going to go into the blessing, change blessing. We're going to go into light, and then we're going to look at intimidating presence. So this is very powerful. Strengthens your team's aura, which is going to be speed, and weakens the enemy's aura, which quite often is speed. Speed's going to be super important, Raid Shadow Legends. Whoever goes first and the more often generally will win. If multiple champions on the same team have intimidating presence, only one will work. So you're going to want, Alice is a 5 red, right? If champions of the same team both have the intimidating presence and commanding presence. Commanding presence is the epic version of this you can't put intimidating presence on epics. It's a mechanic reserved for legendary characters, and it's inferior to intimidating presence. So don't use commanding presence, use intimidating presence on a legendary, preferably if you've got a 5-star, because there's going to be breakpoints at 1-star, 3-star, 5-star, and then 6-star. Look at how powerful this is at 5 stars. Strengthens your team's aura by 15%. Speed is going to go up. Weakens the enemy's aura by 20%. They're going down by 20%. That is huge for determining who goes first in arena. Then, of course, I think it's also very important to go into optimization tools. There's a couple out there. There's a new one called Gestel, but for large part, I use Hell Hades. And I was like, is this Arbiter going as fast as possible? Which is a really simple way of configuring it. Just say, how can I get her the fastest? We got Wand of Submission. That's great. If we take the Wand of Submission up to level 12, then we'll get some extra speed there, an extra 3 speed. Right here, we can get an extra 3 speed by switching out some of these artifacts. Also, this is an artifact right here that doesn't have a glyph. The glyph can add, I guess, several more speed. So we can get about, I'm going to say at least 10 extra speed out of Arbiter, plus intimidating presence is going to be huge. Now, one of the main things that is holding this account back also is speed boots. And there's a reason why speed boots are lacking, and that has to do with the performance in Sand Devil. Now, Arbiter right here is running a 5-star, but what I'm going to suggest is that you really want to get a 6-star fully ascended speed boot. And that's going to be the primary thing to ascend. Always look to ascend your 6-star speed primary stat boots, because then when they're fully ascended, it'll be 45 plus 12 for a total of 57. Right here, this is 49. So it's going to be 8 speed higher. So what I did right here is I went into filter, I hit boots, I checked equipped, and then the only thing that matters really on boots is that they have the primary stat of speed and that they are 6-star. Even commons are going to be okay. And I was like, oh my God, you have a ton of them, yet none of them are at that 45 and 12. Now, the reason that that's going to be an issue quite often is that ascending materials are going to be super scarce. And this account has been playing the game for a minute now, 6.9 million, so he's way past the 9-month threshold. And the next thing I immediately went and looked into the fragment summons and is where are you on Embrys? Embrys should be at 100 out of 100 around the 9-month of playing the game. And largely that is just a function of participation in Chimera. Everybody says, well, I don't have a good Chimera team. It really doesn't matter that much. Run in with your clan boss team and just participate on this. You have to play it because, especially if your alliance is getting the purple right here, you can see they're purple. You're going to get double chests, and one of the main rewards is going to be the Embrys fragments. And just participating in Chimera will get Empress. Now, why are we talking about Empress? Because Empress is going to be one of the main ways of getting and doing well in Sand Devil 25. Empress will allow one to solo Sand Devil with 4 pieces of food as long as you use these general requirements. This is a video from a couple months back. I'm going to switch to the other side of the screen. Start doing this now. This will change your account. Solo Sand Devil 12 with Empress. And that you just got to get Empress. And around the 9-month mark, one should have Empress as long as you're participating in Chimera. And that is going to open your account up to monstrous amounts of improvement with speed. So that's going to wrap up today's roster review. If you haven't done so already, click the link in the description. Get your journey started off right with a bonkers clan boss team. Bye for now. Speed boobs. All right. I think you can make a very simple and monstrous improvements on your account. I'll send you the link to that video so that way you can go in and make the adjustments yourself. All right. I think I can upload that. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with that. Your account is like, it's going to be super easy to tweak those things, and almost everything in your roster will start working better once you do those things. Woo! How's it going, Jamie? Anybody else looking for a roster review? If not, I will call it for today. Yeah, you've got a good account. Your account is gonna thrive. Getting to Gold 5 in Arena, making those little tweaks, just participating in Chimera. I really think you could cloud and focus in the wrong area in the game, where focusing on kind of like the fundamentals and the simple stuff will make the rest of it fall in line. I'm going to send you another video that I think is super helpful. Speed, but impulse to... That's another video there. All right, I'm going to wrap it up unless somebody else wants a review. Seeker, Palace, Corvus, Ezio, Narmo seems to do best. That's a great team. Sounds like a great team. I've never used Corvus, but I know that Narma is bonkers. Well, we're talking about clan boss specifically. All right, let's go to Reddit real quick. I do want to just look at the Reddit for raid. Let's see if there's anything going on over there. What's up?
Hi.
Where are you going? Okay. There's still meatloaf in there, right? Okay. No, I gotta eat another one. New patch adds Fraction Guardians for Mythicals. Oh my
Is
god.
that real? 5 hours ago? Where was that? That wasn't in the patch notes. What the fuck?
Nobody, this is straight Kraken shit though.
Well, yeah. Was Skeletor the one that can...
Hmm. Right. Yeah, they screwed up. I don't know what they did in matchmaking. Hello. Meatloaf, yeah, it's great. I know this. Yeah, this is driving me crazy. Concentrate on spider. Was your the count that I looked at earlier? No, you got to focus on live arena. Once you're in gold 5, then you can start thinking about other things. The 2% is going to help you in every game mode. The speed boots are going to help you in every game mode. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm going to go grab lunch real quick. I'll be right back. Here's the thing is like, yeah, I mean, everybody's roster is different. So, you're going to have to tinker around with your roster to make whatever work, right? That's kind of the fun of the game. So, I mean, I'm going to suggest like super like universal generic things that are true in everybody's account. I mean, you have some busted mythical that allows you to do all this stuff. That's cool for you, but everybody else is like, yeah, I don't have that character, you know? So the suggestions I'm going to give are definitely going to be like helpful to everyone, if that makes any sense, rather than just narrow specialized advice. All right, I'll be right back. Yeah, I know, right? That's not very helpful. Actually, this will probably negatively impact me more than help. But this is actually not a good thing for me. Yeah, this is kind of bonkers. This is kind of bonkers. Yeah, this is a straight mega Kraken situation. But I do think this is kind of right here. Still want a +4 as a champ before failing the Guardians. Hmm. Yes, you can freeze Bummel's bonds. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's how the technical way of how to beat Pommel, but yeah. Um, Ironically, Lady Annabelle does good against Pommel with her bommels. Oh, Danger Room is live. I actually do want to play Danger Room. I'm going to record this. All right, I've been getting the... As you know, there's an upcoming fusion coming up. A lot of people are asking if I'm going for the fusion. It really doesn't matter anymore as far as fusions can go on my account. I'm going to be going for all of them. And the reason for that is tokens. And Boozer TV did a review, and not great is the general results. Now, tokens. Some people have 2 tokens. Some people have 3 tokens. How many ever tokens you have? Now, I am personally going to only be waiting for when I get 3 tokens, and then I will expend them at that time to get what I would consider an S tier champion. So here's a couple examples of S tier champions. For me, it's going to be Newt. I'm going for Newt, one of the best dungeon boss speed tune killers in the game. A lot of people have multiple copies of him, in fact. Now, unfortunately, you can't get multiple copies in the fusion system. Once you have the character, you can't get another. But I need my first one. The next one's going to be Fabian, with Mercurial running rampant in the arena. Fabian thrives because the cooldown decrease, which is super beneficial, specifically on legendary champions, goes through that. If you can get him fast enough, Fabian's probably the best arena champion on my account currently right now, outside of some mythicals. So Fabian, and then of course there's the Titus Wixwell combo, where if you have Titus, consider getting Wixwell. If you have Wixwell, consider getting Titus. Those seem to be the super high priority ones that I see, and so I'm for sure going for a Newt. Now, the fusion is still worth getting if you have 2 tokens and you want to get a 3rd token. Also, this champion will have HP burn with Veils. Pretty solid. Okay, fine. I don't really know. I think it's going to be pretty unique, and it is what it is. I read the kit, and nothing seemed that interesting to me compared to using my tokens. One of the questions also came up, is Cold Heart really good? As everyone say, she's absolutely useful inside of Grim Forest against mimics. And there's going to be a new login champion, and that champion will also work there as well. Also, for very early game accounts, having an HP burn, not an HP burn, but an HP block on the character is kind of vital, and for getting through the green potion keep, which is kind of a big deal because most people are going to be using Pelops right from the gate. So, like, Pelops, you're going to want to upgrade him, right? And he's going to need some sort of heal block, which Cold Heart will do, or the new login champion, which is going to replace Skeletor. So Skeletor is no longer available, and the new one's actually a little bit better. And if you happen to have Cold Heart, yeah, that's the only place I've gotten use out of. There's very few rare champions that are useful in the game, but in Doom Tower, you pretty much need 5 to get through some of the rooms. She's one of the 5 that I use. Actually listed right here on the screen are some other ones that I use. I use Bellower, and I use Kale, and then I use Cold Heart. I also use Renegade, Painkeeper, and I think that's about it. It's the only ones I can think of off the top. Pocket Theory. All right, let's keep going. New patch adds Faction Guardians for Mythicals, and this is something that was shown on the test server, although has not been officially talked about from the Polarium directly. This is straight Mega Kraken territory. This is not something that, I mean, how many Mythicals do you have, let alone do you have more than 5? Because typically what you would want to do on Mythicals, because there's so few Mythicals in the game, it's just better off to empower them, which you don't do on Legendaries. Legendaries, you typically put them in the faction guardian slot right here. And then that way it affects all the mythicals. But because there's so few mythicals per faction, just one or two, or maybe only one of them you're going to use, or one of them you have, what they're saying is that typically, oh my God, if you're in a situation to have this conversation, I have no idea. Like, this is such a weird conversation where people are saying, well, if you have 15 copies of the same mythical, then you could empower them. Oh. So where this is going is, just wanted to read this post right here because this seems to be currently live on the test server. Not many content creators are discussing it yet and haven't seen Polarium and Acknowledge talk about this in new post. Brian Cruson talking about it in his latest video. Now, I am only a 2-year player, but I've been paired up against this guy. You know what I mean? And there's something live arena. Oh boy. I've only been playing the game. I haven't even been playing the game for 2 years, and I'm getting paired up against people that potentially could have 15 copies of a mythical where they're going to be doing this potentially, because I know he's one of the bigger spenders in the game. Posts have a discussion on topics specifically drowned out by other update champion talk. Honestly, this sucks for the vast majority of players. This will never be attainable. It's not even whale territory. It's pure Kraken tier. And that's one of the things about Raid Shadow Legends is the total spend upside to get everything and to do like what we're talking about here is insanity levels of money. I've heard, quite often people talking about having spent, 6 figures, but I've also heard 7-figure numbers in US dollars of people putting money into Raid Shadow Legends. Ricardo, some time ago, player mentioned that mythicals would never have a faction guardian. People were freely empowered to dupe their mythicals. They had them. I'll try to find that if I can. Honestly, bullshit. Another layer of Kraken bait that this game definitely should not need. Well, maybe that's the reason why they're doing it. Maybe there's some of their tippity top spenders, have already plus 4'd their mythicals and they're not going crazy on primal shards anymore. And this might open the gates to do that. And then lastly, before we talk about the live arena thing, which is driving me crazy, absolutely driving me insane. What's going on live arena is Umbral Enchantress works really well with Mercurial. And I've been running 9-piece Mercurial on her in Faction Wars. And what happens is that she goes in and throws the provoke out there. She gains the buff where she can't die on death. And she gets this really annoying non-cleansable ability block, which is prevented by Mercurial. So what this post here is suggesting is that using a 4-piece of Mercurial is super useful inside of Hydra. Because of being in Hydra, the Hydra's not going to interact with Mercurial, but Mercurial does work well against Wave. So if you're going to use Umbral Enchantress inside of Hydra, 4-piece Mercurial makes a lot of sense. And if you're going to use her in waves, let's say in Faction Wars hard, 9-piece. I don't know what they did to live arena matchmaking. So for the longest time, I've been talking about doing the 5 wins, 5 losses. Maybe they saw a lot of people like myself doing that and they got rid of it. This is my experience also, and also my wife's experience. Seems that the latest matchmaking change games gives you only opponents plus or minus 50 brackets from your score. And they're talking about the current season. Win rate doesn't matter at all. Previous 4 seasons always had a 50 to 60 with a pretty decent team. Wanted easy matches and lost 10 in a row. And then I had like free 8 wins. Not the case anymore. Holy moly. It seems to me that there was a hidden elo that can be manipulated by doing this type of strategy. And that does not work anymore. So that's something I've made a lot of videos about and talked about, the 5 and 5, win 5, lose 5. This season I lost 10 matches in a row. 3x to test this. And right after that, my next 3 opponents were around 50 million player power, 6-star Marius's, Fabian, Crixia, Carnage. Even the bots are kind of crazy. Last 3 days out of 15 matches, I lost all 10. So I think it no longer cares about win rate. Just gives you an opponent round your season points, and I went for the mats every season, no problem. Might not be able to get those this season at all. It's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. And I got to say, last season was the first season that I went for the relic materials which was kind of a hassle to do. I mean, I was playing 20 matches a day, and then when you get to 1,320 points, you get the mythical relic materials, and then you have like a 20% chance of pulling a mythical. And I pulled something awful. I think it was an aspect, or maybe there's nothing wrong with Wanda submission, but I've got like several of them to the point where I don't need as many as I once did. I feel like I have an abundance of Wanda submissions. Anyways, it was useless. It was useless. And now, I don't know if I want to do that. I might just be going for my 5 wins to get the dust and not focusing on Live Arena anymore if it's going to be like that. The only thing I can say about Live Arena is I did like it because I can run stuff in the background and still play Live Arena, and then they expanded the hours. But since the most recent patch, I've been preferring to spend my time in Curse City and or Grim Forest while my tower is running in the background. Let me know what you think about all this stuff. And of course, we got Narma. This is like a perfect clan boss team. I'm probably going to have to switch out Venom Edge for next month. That's something to consider because we're going to be getting that other login champion. Skeletor is no longer available. Bye for now. They caught on to you. Yeah. Normal finite, normal spider. Yeah. Yeah. Because she can do the turn meter reduction, which goes away in hard. All right. I think I'm going to go and come back and play Marvel Strike Force. Oh my God. I might. Danger Room live already? All right, I'll do it. All right. Yeah, we'll go back to Marvel Strike Force. If you were here on YouTube, thank you. We're going to pivot to Marvel Strike Force on Twitch. So if you want to watch Marvel Strike Force on Twitch and you are on my Raid Shadow Legends channel, head over there. But to all of those that were only on the YouTube side of my YouTube Raid Shadow Legends channel, I got to say bye for now.